Good evening guys, welcome back to another interesting video of Success Tracker. Today, by maximally avoiding to leave our home and keeping social distancing throughout, we are fighting a pandemic. The COVID-19 has vastly affected the day-to-day life all over the globe. The coronavirus that broke out in the Chinese city Wuhan has laid its presence in almost all the countries. Anyway, a virus outbreak is not at all new to the world. Though we are very much distressed and afraid, we must admit that in the present scenario of well-developed technology, we would receive immediate and supportive medical assistance like ventilator system. But the numerous virus outbreaks and plagues the world has so far witnessed were at the times when no aid of technology was available. The person found to be affected was displaced forever. There was no comeback from the embrace of the virus. In this video, we are looking into the 5 most deadliest pandemics in the world history. Kindly do while watching the video, feel the mindset of our ancestors while facing such deadly weapons by the nature. Number 1 is the Black Death. From 1346 to 1353, an outbreak of the plague ravaged Europe, Africa and Asia with an estimated death toll between 75 to 200 million people. Thought to have originated in Asia, the plague most likely jumped continents via the fleas living on the rats that so frequently lived aboard merchant ships. It is said to have affected almost 30 to 60% of total population of Europe. The Black Death grievously affected the social, economical and religious fields of the 3 continents. The term quarantine, which we hear a dozen of times daily, is said to have evolved in the period of this plague. Fever, headache and vomiting were the symptoms of Black Death. The second one is the flu pandemic. Between 1918 and 1920, a disturbingly deadly outbreak of influenza tore across the globe, infecting over a third of the world's population and ending the lives of 20 to 50 million people. Of the 500 million people affected in the 1918 pandemic, the mortality rate was estimated at 10 to 20%, with up to 25 million deaths in the first 25 weeks alone. The virus outbreak is said to have firstly reported among the American military personnel. The reason that separated the 1918 flu pandemic from other influenza outbreaks was the victims, where influenza had always previously only killed juveniles and the elderly or already weakened patients. It had begun striking down hardy and completely healthy young adults, while leaving children and those with weaker immune systems still alive. There had no cure or vaccination for such virus, and the preventive measures taken were to maintain personal hygiene, social distancing and usage of disinfectants. The third one is Plague of Justinian. It thought to have killed perhaps half the population of Europe. The plague of Justinian was an outbreak of bubonic plague that affected the Byzantine Empire and Mediterranean port cities, killing up to 25 million people in its year-long reign of terror. Generally regarded as the first recorded incident of the bubonic plague, the plague of Justinian left its mark on the world. The plague killed up to a quarter of the population of the eastern Mediterranean and devastating the city of Constantinople. At its height, it was said to kill an estimated 5,000 people per day and eventually resulting in the deaths of 40% of the city's population. The fourth one is the Antonine plague, also known as the Plague of Galen. The Antonine plague was an ancient pandemic that affected Asia Minor, Egypt, Greece and Italy and is thought to have been either smallpox or measles, though the true cause is still unknown. This unknown disease was brought back to Rome by soldiers returning from Mesopotamia around 165 AD unknowingly. They had spread a disease which would end up killing over 5 million people and decimating the Roman army. The Greek apothecary Galen stated that the symptoms like fever, dysentery, sore throat, or swelling with a yellow shade under the eyebrows would be present in the affected within 9 days. The last and final one is the third cholera pandemic. Generally considered the most deadly of the 7 cholera pandemics. The third major outbreak of cholera in the 19th century lasted from 1852 to 1816. Like the first and second pandemics, the third cholera pandemic originated in India, spreading from the Ganges River Delta before tearing through Asia, Europe, North America, and Africa, and ending the lives of over 1 million people. British physician John Snow, while working in a poor area of London, tracked cases of cholera and eventually succeeded in identifying contaminated water as the means of transmission for the disease. Unfortunately, the same year as his discovery went down as the worst year of the pandemic, in which 23,000 people died in Great Britain. India was prone to cholera pandemics in the 19th century, and we were also affected in 1910. This outbreak, which lasted for 1 year, took away 8 lakh lives. So, you may now be well clear about how horrid were the plagues to tremble the world population. You may also consider that some of the cases we have mentioned had their peak very much centuries before, and still they vanished from the face of earth after their reign of terror. So much developed is our medical field, and we will definitely find the vaccine for this coronavirus and thus will succeed in vanquishing it. So keep in mind that there undoubtedly will be a post-corona life, and let's hopefully wait for it. Also, always stay positive in attitude and to stay negative through following the government guidelines. Click the like button below if you like the video, and don't forget to subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for getting notification of our latest videos. Also, share the video and add your valuable comments in the comment box. Thank you for supporting us.